Welcome friend in Study Buddy channel. Myself Professor K.S. Banker, Assistant Professor in Government Engineering College Madasa. Today I'm going to discuss about the CPM example in which the precedence relationship are given in this form. So you have to convert this form into the predecessor form. So the example is draw the network diagram for given relationship of activities. Okay, and activities are in this form. So you have to convert this activity into this type of activity. We have already discussed this type of example which was asked in GTU in the previous lectures, video lectures. Okay, so here activities, predecessors and durations. So A less than B means activity B can be started only activity A is finished. So A is the predecessor of activity B. Okay, so here B, C, D and G activities are there, and here A is the predecessor of this all activity. So write down all the activity from A to I. Now B, C, D and G, the predecessor A. So B, C, D and G predecessor are A. Then C, D are the predecessor of E. So E, C, D is the predecessor. Then I, predecessor F, G, H. So I, predecessor F, G, H. Then H, activity H, predecessor B. So activity H, predecessor B. And activity F, predecessor B and E. Activity F, B and E. And the duration are given. Also, you have to find out, see in example, find out the total floats and free floats of each activity and identify critical path. So for this we have to just draw the network diagram. So here activity A, there is no predecessor. So this is event 1 and this is activity A. The duration is 5 days. Then activity B, C, D and G. Okay, so these 4 activity having the A predecessor. So from here 4 activity will start. So here B, C and D. I will just draw B, C and D. I will draw B over here. This is activity B. The duration is 7 days. Then activity C. This is activity C. The duration is 8 days. And activity D. Activity. This is activity D. The predecessor. Okay, sorry. The duration is 9 days. And then activity G. G having also the A predecessor. So we have to draw the activity G after A is completed. So I will draw the G activity in this manner. Okay, so this is activity G and the duration of G is 8 days. So write down it over here. Now activity E. So predecessor C and D. Okay, so here C and D must be joined. So we can join these two activity by the dummy activity, because here C and D both will be merged into one event. So I will join these two by the dummy and then I will start the activity E. Okay, I will start the activity E in this direction. So this is activity E and the duration of E is 12 days. Then activity F. The predecessor are B and E. So this is B and this is E. So again these two activity are separated. So we have to join these two activity so that F can be started. So I will again draw the dummy activity through which this is the dummy activity. So the B and E are joined, or it will be finished in this event. So from here I will draw the activity F. Okay, so I will draw the activity F over here, but before that we have to draw the activity H. The predecessor is B, so I will draw the activity H. Here this is activity H and the duration is 10 days. Now here F, G and H are merged, so this is F. Here we have to draw the F. This is H and G will merge into one event. So G will be merged by the dummy activity. Here G is there, so we will just draw the dummy activity over here and join this line. So this is dummy. So here G and H are merged in one event, F, G, H are merged in one event. Okay, so again activity F, the predecessor B and E. So I will draw the activity F over here. So this is activity F and the duration is 15 days. So activity I can be started after F, G, H will be finished. So this is F, this is G and this is H. So from here I will start the activity I. So this is activity I and the duration of I is 6 days. Okay, now just give the numbers of each and every event. Event number 1, event number 2, event number 3, event number 4, here 5, then 6, then 7, 8 and 9. So this is our network diagram. Now we have to calculate the free floats and total float. So for that free float and total float we have to estimate, or we have to calculate the earliest start time and latest finish time. So here I have just mentioned all the earliest start time and latest finish time over here. Already we all are knowing that how earliest start time and latest finish time are calculated. So I have just calculated and write down over here. So from this data we'll just find out the value of total float and free float. So the total float equation is latest finish time of head event minus earliest start time of tail event minus duration. Okay, so for the event number, activity A 1 to 2, here latest finish time of head event, that is 5, minus earliest start time of tail event 0 minus 5, so is equal to 0. Now total float of activity B 2 to 3, latest finish time 26 minus 5 21 minus 7 is equal to 14. Now activity number C, this one, so 14 minus 5 is equal to 9 minus 8, duration is equal to 1, this is 1. Then activity number D, 14 minus 5, that is 9, minus duration 9 is equal to 0. Then activity number E, this one 5 to 7, where is E? There, yes, 5 to 7, 26 minus 14 is equal to 12, 12 minus duration 12, 12 minus 12, 0, so E also 0. Then activity number F, just a minute, activity number F, that is, where is, yes, F. So 41 minus 26, that is 15, minus duration 15 is equal to 0. Activity number G, 41 minus 13, sorry, 41 minus 5, yes, this one, 41 minus 5, 36, 36 minus 8 is equal to 28. So value is 28. Now H, so 41 minus 12, 29, 29 minus duration 10 is equal to 19. So total float 19. And I, 47 minus 41, 47 minus 41, 6, minus duration 6 is equal to 0. Okay, so now we will just calculate the free float. So free float equation is what? Earliest start time of head event minus earliest start time of tail event minus duration. So first activity A, earliest 5 minus 0 minus 5, that is 5 minus 0, 5 minus duration 5 is equal to 0. Then B, 12 minus 5 is equal to 7 minus duration 7 is equal to 0. Activity C, this one. So 13 minus 5 is equal to 8 minus duration 8 is equal to 0. Activity number D, 14 minus 5 is equal to 9 minus duration 9 is equal to 0. Activity E, 26 minus 14 is equal to 12 minus duration 12. So 12 minus 12, 0. Then activity number F. Where is F? Yes, this one. So here 41 minus 26, that is 15, minus duration 15 is equal to 0. Then activity number G. Activity G, 13 minus 5 is equal to 8 minus duration 8 is equal to 0. Then activity number H. Activity H. In activity H, yes, this one, 41 minus 12 is equal to 29 minus 10 is equal to 19. So 19. And activity number I, 47 minus 41, that is 6 minus duration 6 is equal to 0. Okay, now see here in this example, the total float and free float. If the total float and free float are 0 or any value is 0, that is a critical activity. So here both value are 0, total float and free float. So that is this activity, this E activity, F activity and I activity. Okay, so these activities are called critical activity. As well as we can just identify in our diagram the both value earliest start time and latest finish time are same, that is also critical activity. So I will just highlight that activity here. This is critical activity, then both the value are same, this one 14, so this is also critical activity, then this value are same, so this is critical activity, here both value are same, so this one, so this is our critical path. So our critical path is A, D, E, F and I, and our project completion time is 47 days. As well as you just keep in your mind, the critical activity is the activity in which total float and free float are always 0. So this calculation also give you the result that if the total float and free floats are 0, that activity is your critical activity. So this is your critical activity. Here both the value are same. So this is the critical activity D. Here both the value are same E. So this is your critical activity. Here both value are same. So this is also critical activity. Here both value are same. So this is critical activity. So your critical path is A, D, E, F and I. Your critical path is, this is your critical path. Critical path, that is A, D, E, F and I. And the duration of this summation of all the duration is 47. So 47 is your project duration. Okay, so from this way you can find out the critical path. So actually you can find out the critical path by 3 methods. You can find out the critical path by the equating both the value. If both the value of earliest start time and latest finish time are same, then that all the activity are critical path. This number 1. Then method number 2, if this duration longest path, if you just add this duration, then the longest path is your critical path. And third number is total float and free float are 0, then in this way you can find out the critical path. So here both the value are 0, so this is critical, both value are 0, this is critical, both value are 0, so this is critical. Okay, so by this method you can find out the critical path also. Okay, so if you have any doubt, then please comment me in my comment box, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. So please subscribe, share and like. Till now, thank you very much.